On the first episode, I'm gonna be talking about Chirwa. I think that's her name, Naledi, the lady who is an EFF member, also a spiritual daughter of Bushiri. She recently got married. Now, on this first episode, that's what we're going to talk about. On the second episode, I'm going to talk about another thing, but it's a continuation of this episode. So when you're done watching this episode, check out the pinned comment. It will have the story of Penuel over there. There is an information overload that's going on for the African child. Now, every other country might have its own thing. Here in South Africa, it's everything, man. You talk about witchcraft, talk about Pan-African thingy, anti-God ideologies and disbelief in the Bible, and everybody's just, there's all kinds of information that has been spread across. And on this first episode, I want to deal with the one around Naledi. On the second one, I'll deal with the one for Penuel, so check out the pinned comment. So, Naledi recently got married. The Daily Sun had a post about it. They were talking about it. She was not smiling that much. But I guess, you know, when you are busy preaching hatred for everybody else, what can you expect? Even on your wedding day, you can't even smile. Okay, I'm just kidding. But, but she wasn't smiling. She wasn't smiling. It was a wedding day and she couldn't smile. She's so bent on the African child must be free. To a point where you lack joy even in your happiest days. I'm not a politician. I could care less about those people. They peddle ideas and feed on hatred of people, and that's what they become good at. And she's a perfect example of that. But not only is she a perfect example of that, but there's something that just I saw here. I've said before, but I thought this was a perfect example. Oh, perfect. Naledi had a YouTube channel. And in that YouTube channel, earlier times when we were talking about her testimony at Bushiri's church, when it came out, I spoke about a video that she had posted on her YouTube channel. She posted this video herself, which was promoting this hatred towards men. That was just bent. Like, the lady was not even hating on men for anything. She was just hating on walking. She was like, I can't even walk by now. I can't even walk. The lady was traumatized because she didn't want to have to walk outside the house. And I was like, that's a very strange thing to be angry at people for. I mean, like, you're angry at people because you are afraid of walking outside. That was a very weird idea, but she was there. And the thing that really pissed her off, this girl, you can check the previous video I made on her. Her whole issue was that she can't go out because she's afraid that men will whistle at her, that men will find her attractive. And I was like, what? What? Now, what was the thought back then, and what's the thought that I want to establish here again? There is an amount of information that's been pumped out there. If you want to pick yours, you pick yours. So they're just putting all kinds of things. It's hatred, witchcraft. You talk about whatever some women are doing nowadays, witchcraft. They're creating this. Do you want to have envy? Do you want jealousy? How about hatred? Do you want to make money using people? Do you want whatever you want? It's out there. Do you want to hate God? Here's the information. Do you want to do this? There's all this information that's been pumped out there. And one of the things that I thought was very thingy is this hatred towards men. Okay? Of course, it's the same thing with men on hating women. But the thing with men is that the quicker you hate on women, the quicker they will call you out, because we love, we are very clear. We are sure that these are our companions, so we're not going to just have you here. We'll call you out. For women, if you are a man and you call out a woman, sometimes it gets a bit, you understand? And so there's been this hatred that is bent on things. And Naledi peddles some of these ideas, and she is thinking with that same video that I'm talking about. And while they are feeding these ideas of hatred towards the opposite sex, they are falling in love. No, Somebody fix me here, okay? These people are peddling hatred towards the opposite sex, and they themselves are falling in love. They sold you a dummy. Yeah, you see, they sold you a lie because there was something that happened to you personally. It's not that it didn't. It did. There was something that happened to you, and they fixated on that, and they fed on that, and they created an audience out of you for that one thing that you were angry about. And after they've done that, they went opposite. They never got you to the crossway where you healed. They couldn't get you there because they would rather feed on hatred. Hatred is much more easier to build on than to actually speak about healing. Healing is very difficult. A person has to really go through a journey. That's why this channel is one of the most hated channels. Because why? We're taking people on a journey of healing from false doctrine. It's very difficult. You check the channel and see the other videos, you'll see it. The hatred of these people that come from these churches, they'll be there. But it takes time for that person to see it. It might take them 2 years. It might take them 3 years. It might take them 4 years. Sometimes you just let them be. You know, somebody says something, just let them be. Pass. Why? Because they're still in that process. It takes them a while for them to see it happening. And then they're like, okay, I've been sold a dummy. These people that are out there telling you feminism is being without a man and being what. They forgot to tell you that's not how God made us. God made us very much dependent on each other. You see, God says he made Eve for Adam to be a helper. So Adam, as he grows, he comes, Adam being the man, as he grows, he comes to realize, Eve, there's a helper that's needed here. There is a helper that's needed here. And, oh, happy birthday, Tamara. Hello, helper needed. Yes, there is a helper that is needed. But they sell the idea. They sell the idea of hatred, and they feed on it. They feed on it, they feed on it, and they feed on it. And before you know it, you are 40 years old and have never come to a point where you can make compromise. And when you can't make compromise, it becomes difficult for you to build any lasting relationships. And in that entire period, they were searching for companionship. They were making compromises and finding burials by which they agree and building lasting relationships while they sold you the idea of hate this. Hate this. Be careful that you're not sold a dummy. While Naledi was peddling, ooh, this gender that's busy whistling at people. She was over there selling people the idea that there are men that are out there just whistling at women. She posted that. And then you are stuck there, not going through the journey of healing to realize that there's a difference between this man who stands on the other side of the camera to the man that did you harm. And so you never go through the period of healing in order to build lasting relationships. And as a result of that, you realize that too late or they are falling in love. They're getting married. They're tying the knots. You're there stuck in the rant of hatred. Who do you think wants to marry Ntsikima's wife? Who do you think wants to marry that lady? How she paints herself. Hateful. Yeah, you see now that one she's she's so distracted. Yeah, her ideas have swallowed her. So even she is she's a victim of her own ideas. But they've sold people lies and peddled thingy. Now, not to say there isn't a danger with thingy. Yeah, the danger is always there. But the healing process allows you to kind of reflect back and you know what went wrong, who was wrong, and why. And you go through the journey of healing and you can build lasting relationships. Don't allow these people to sell you ideas. You know, a politician tell you, oh, we are feminisms. And there she is. hate the man. I was laughing to myself when I saw this article in the morning, and I was like, she's falling in love after telling people to just be critical of, after she had people on her channel telling people to just be critical of people whistling at them. They sold you an idea. And while they themselves are going the other way. They're men. We don't have to call them by names. They're out there. They're trying to get you bent on an idea and sell you on an idea. Don't wake up too late.